Alright everyone, hello! And here, this time with kind of a fun armor set. You know, if you're going through Sunbreak and you're finding yourself carting more than twice a run, or if you're just looking for something that can provide a lot of extra comfort without sacrificing too much damage. The caveat being you're not going to be using any of the the end game like life sucking abilities that give you a lot of extra damage, but you're still going to have 100% affinity on average. You're still going to have full crit boost. You're still going to have 4 points of attack, but then you're just going to have like a ton of defensive skills. Especially if you're doing a lot of heavy rage / play style and you just want the ability to just survive more often. I think this set's pretty fun. It actually, I was surprised at how much I was able to actually build into it and still able to get everything. There's a small caveat. The weapon I'm using, I don't really need any sharpness skills for. This is the Furious Rajang Greatsword. Has a lot of purple. Has 2 level 2 slots. You would have to mess around in your own individual weapon trees. Furious Rajang should hold fairly consistent across the board with them. But you might have to make a couple different choices depending on what weapons you have available to you, or just which one you'd prefer to have. It's not the end of the world. You might even end up having a better talisman than me anyways, so you can get away with something technically worse, slot-wise. Or you could just, give up on not having maybe like attack 4. Attack 4 is really nice, but it's not necessary. See here, I'm still able to fit 2 points of speed sharpening in. It's not perfect, but, it's enough. It's enough for what I use for this weapon. If you haven't done it yet, there's this goo zone down in Area 13. I'm not sure that I exactly get this perfect this first go around, but it's a lot of fun to fight the monsters in the goo. It's like frogs that hop around, latch on, they deal additional damage. They get stuck in the goo a little bit if they're actually in the goo. I think this tree stump screws me up a little bit. Yeah, it feels bad. So yeah, this has the 3 points in the Kushala armor skill. Basically, it just lets you get a slow trickle of life up. So once you've done recovering your red life gauge, it'll help continue to heal there. It has the Malzeno chest, which gives us blood right, which means when we hit a broken part, you get something similar to like health augment from Monster Hunter World. It's not quite as much, but it's still pretty helpful. It's also helpful because it comes with a point of part breaker, which is pretty nice. See there, I'm fully healed there. It has 3 points of divine protection, which, it procs a lot more often than you might think. It has defense 7. Defense 7 here is actually a bit of an option. We'll go into it when I show the armor set in a bit. You could also replace defense 7 for speed eating 2. And that way, if you wanted to eat like a ton of gourmet fish and have like double Kushala, health augment, whatever, you'd get that benefit in that way as well. I just thought defense 7 might make it so that I would have to heal slightly less. We're also playing around. We've got one healing cat here. Periodically, he'll drop that little healing dust, or he'll play the healing horn. That'll heal us as well. We're using him in lieu of a gathering cat in this set. Again, mostly just for fun. One fighter cat is necessary for this build. Fighter cat gives us... That was a really bad whiff. Fighter cat gives us 30% affinity. It's really nice. I don't know about you, but like I have such nostalgia for Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate. I feel like every time I fight Gormagala and he goes into his like awakened state or whatever, I prefer to use a pitfall trap on him. It's like every single time. I don't know why. It's like some nostalgia for 4U or something. Or a mount or something, although there's no mounting in this game, of course. Interesting, when those horns come out, you don't heal until you've broken them again. Even though the head is broken, I just noticed that. There's, of course, even more healing options. You could always go double healing cat, plus, like, the healing support tool, but I don't know. You know, this is an option. I mean, you could do all of those things and presumably never die. You can see here the goo is really affecting him. Stays down much longer. See, normally those hits do a crazy amount of damage. It's like little frenzy bursts there, but they don't feel bad at all. Kushala Blessing, like, slightly underwhelming, but at the same time, it's like, it's healing you don't have to think about. It's just healing you get. It's not like the entire set has really sacrificed too much. We would have needed something like Agitator eventually anyways to max out the affinity on this weapon. I see here Rathalos is going to show up. I didn't ask for him to show up. As a weapon in general, the Furious Rajang Greatswords, it's really not bad. You know, it's got about average raw, 330 raw. There's a lot of purple, is two level 2 slots. Its only real weakness, if it has any, is it's only got a level 1 Rampage slot. But from our testing, you know, it's not the end of the world, and a lot of people always forget to switch the Rampage slot anyways. So having Buddy Rally instead feels completely fine. Yep, so here's the setup. You know, we still get full Agitator, 4 points of attack boost, full crit boost, full weakness exploit, level 1 in latent power. I mean, it would even technically work a little bit on dual blades, especially with the dual blades sharpening wirebug move. It really, it could work on a number of things. I think there are some weapons it would be hard on. Longsword is very sharpness heavy. That would be pretty rough. Insect Glaive, it'd be pretty rough. Switch Axe would be like nearly impossible unless you never used Zero Sum. But, you know, you play around and mess with it. You know, you could always switch some of these things out. This is like nearly maximum bear suit. Again, on the Melihoa hat, you would switch your level 4 deco for speed eating. And the test I have is still, it's just okay. It's 3 points of attack boost, 1 point of counter strike, and then 2 level 1 slots. I find myself using that a lot in Master Rank as I'm trying to get attack boost up to level 4, along with everything else. Alright, that's it for now. Enjoy the content. Please go and like, subscribe. Check me out, twitch.tv/SDShepherd. Check out nexus.gg if you haven't bought the game yet. Don't know why you're watching armor build guides if you haven't yet, but if you haven't, check it out, buy it there. Alright, until next time, this is Shepard saying good luck. Have a good hunt.